It changed everything.
Yeah, but it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Like,
Safe lane Monkey King as a core does very badly against Enchantress, right? Which would
'cause
explain
you can't
why
hit
they
her.
would. Yeah, which would explain why they would switch things up. Lifestealer is a great counter to that hero, as he just goes magic immune and ignores her untouchable. Frost is going to have his bounty rune taken away, but the Monkey King also does the same on the Radiant side.
It's all even Stevens. What? What's wrong with that comment?
Well done, Blitz. Well
What?
done. It is indeed even Stevens.
I love that show.
Is Monkey King gonna... I'm waiting for him to do the courier thing, you know? Where you just run into the enemy base as a courier.
Nah, he's gonna try to snipe it again though.
Yeah, but why doesn't he go into the base and do it? That's what all the Monkey Kings do.
I don't know, dude.
I see core Monkey Kings do that all the time.
I get mad when core Monkey Kings do it. Look
It's
at
like, what are you supposed to... You have to, like, keep an eye on your base at all times for a waddling courier that's gonna snipe your courier.
yeah, dude. DC's good. They'll know.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like Pablo hasn't shown in the lane for a minute and a half now.
It has been a really long time.
Like, you know where he is. You know what's up.
I can't believe he's just still chilling here.
Pablo's playing the I'll outweight you game.
Mm.
I mean, somebody's got to win in this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what the next level play is. You give your courier all your items, and you pretend as if that's you, and you show yourself somewhere. Meanwhile, you're hiding mid, waiting. You understand what I mean,
so
right?
you just show the
So when they
courier,
click,
like,
yeah.
so you walk it around behind, like, Era or
Yeah,
something.
so
So,
you
it
click and
shows
you
up,
see
and
it
they're
has
like,
like an
oh,
orb
there's
of
the
venom.
Monkey King. There's the Monkey King.
Yeah.
And then he actually sneaks into the
It's
base.
got like an
and-
orb of venom and everything. Like, you think it's really chill.
Or he has a bottle. He just only has a bottle. He drops all of his other items, and it's only a bottle. And they're like, oh, they're delivering bottle
Yeah.
to Era.
I mean, you have to know.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown. This isn't a jungle hero. He has one purpose.
I honestly have no idea what he's doing.
Being a boss is what
Well,
he's doing.
he's going to run into Chen, apparently, for the 2-minute rune. He doesn't even try and challenge him. He's like, nope.
Split it up, split it up.
With the experience change on the bounty runes, I cannot imagine this is going to be a real great game. Meanwhile, top lane, Frost is challenging Moon Meander, but the heal will outdo any damage that's coming. They're trying to set up for an aggro lane into the Tiny right now. Jonas Upon dodges the Paralyzing Cask, and they'll follow that up with the Avalanche, and it looks like DC have snuck into the trap that was laid down by the final tribe. They're going to go for Stan King first, manage to get those impetus strikes, and it doesn't matter if the Satyr misses, they'll still be able to bring it down. Hanskin is the one who claims the kill.
Yeah. Nicely done. Really like this Enchantress pick, by the way. Thought this was pretty brilliant. Just one of those heroes, like, you don't enjoy laning against no matter what is. Ritsu now going to get gone on. This is a lot of damage going down. He might even get the
stacks.
Nope.
Pablo's actually going to keep himself alive. He managed to pick up the Primal Spring as level 1 and will slow down Stan King enough. Jump in. Puck still trying to get that kill behind enemy lines here, but Stan King gets the heal from the Voodoo Restoration to keep himself alive, and Jonas and Pod will be forced to TP out. Excuse me, I said Primal Spring. I meant Boundless Strike.
Good decision, by the way, to go for the heal level 2.
Yeah.
That is really value at level 1. And oftentimes people will just blind go for
Maledict.
Yeah, exactly. And of course Maledict's really good, but I mean, you're against a Puck.
Yeah. Who was it? There was an NA player who always got like maxed out Voodoo Restoration as his Witch Doctor. It was really powerful. You just always stick around his teammates. Laning phase was really difficult to get those kills when you're trying to run those kind of aggro lanes. So maybe Stan King, Voodoo Restoration, will be the difference maker here. Right now it's Final Tribe, currently up 2-1. And they're having a decent time too in top lane. Well, seems okay considering it's an Enchantress 1v1 matchup. Frost is kind of keeping in line with CS. Just giving him a swipe every once in a while to keep his HP up. AEY. Chased away by a Satyr. Actually trying to meet him right now with the Monkey King as well. Slow him down a little bit. I can't imagine this is really a kill they can go for. And I also don't know if they can really go for the Dusa either, just because the Medusa is so tanky, and they're not going to have a ton of damage. Stan King actually spotting them there.
Never underestimate the damage of Spirit Siphon, though. Although he's gone like 2-0-3. I see SCCC go for the 3-0-2 now.
Yeah.
Offer more points in the news.
I thought against the Dusa especially, since Spirit Siphon is in mega value versus Dusa, lower HP but high survivability thanks to Mana Shield.
Back then when it was like straight up broken, everyone would max it first, but
yeah,
people are getting more of the nuke value now. And this DP though is at a very successful laning phase. He's a full wave and some up on this Medusa so far. It's not a bad lane for either side though.
If they can win bottom lane as well, which they're currently trying to do, challenging Ritsu. Pablo does have 4 stacks. Gonna lay some extra damage onto Ritsu, challenging him, but the Elder Titan as well as the Witch Doctor are both here. They managed to get a stun onto Yonosafan, trying to get the paralyzing cast, held it for too long, but they do manage to get the toss from Ritsu. Stops him before he can jump to his orb, and they bring him down. Yonosafan, what a big kill that was for Digital Chaos.
Very nice timing on the toss.
Oh, that is a ward that Hunskin just placed right on top of the sentry. So hopefully none of Digital Chaos's supports run in that area anytime soon.
Hopefully they do.
Or hopefully they do. NA bias.
Hopefully they do.
Hanskin.
I would like this to go 3 games.
He's going to wrap around here. Centaur stun going to be coming out first. Stanking is here, but he's already thrown out that paralyzing cast. They've slowed down Bryle a ton, and Era is going to be able to clean him up. It looks like he's got the X's amount to be able to get the Dusa, and he's going to try and chase down Stanking as well with the Spirit Siphon, slowing him down a bit more. Era thinking about throwing out the nuke, but the Magic Wand stacks will keep Stanking alive. So the first exorcism usage may not be enough to take a tower, but a huge win being able to shut down the Dusa.
No boots on this Death Prophet, so that's a hard chase.
Yeah.
Also, the Aquila build. Everyone seems to be getting this item lately.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're agility or intelligence.
Might as well. You know, just everyone get it.
Yeah. It's like the new drums.
Yes.
You know, it's just that stat item that everybody likes.
It's cheap. It further contributes to your laning phase. A lot of people nowadays skip bottle, the big part, and it does give you a good amount of mana regen too.
Yeah, and 10 damage is nothing to quaff at. Yeah, that's for sure. Wrap around here, the final tribe are going to miss out on a Ritsu kill, perhaps. Actually, it's going to head back in the lane, so maybe they could still get it. AUI spots them, though. They had a war down and everything to be able to see that, so they could have reacted a little bit faster.
Yeah, AUI's ready, though. They don't have puck level 6 either, so this is kind of an awkward dive. But a much better overall laning phase from DC this time. And this time around, like, they've enabled Moon's game pretty hard.
Yeah, look at this. The Tiny, they just rotate him out of lane. They're like, all right, they're going for a kill. We're just going to get Ritsu out of that lane. We're going to go and try and hunt something down. That being said, it seems like Final Tribe are also kind of wise to their tricks because Frost, he's feeling like this lane is no longer worth to stick around in. With the Tiny off map, he's just going to play jungle.
And the cool thing is, if you lose AUI down there, you don't really care.
Yeah.
Committed quite heavily. You're going to trade towers at the very least. I don't even know if they trade towers. Like, this is a really healthy tower. I think this is something that DC might consider contesting. But with all of those trolls and skeletons now...
I was about to say, a Chen already set up. Sounds kind of dangerous, but you're right, they are going to defend.
Yeah. It's got so much health.
Yeah. And AUI gets a ton of spirit damage as well from all of these extra units sitting around.
Yeah. I like, by the way, this game, there's like Moon, we're sorry. Like, this time around, play a hero that will actually be useful.
Frost challenging Ritsu here. Needs to infest to be able to get out. Here comes the Chen into that mid lane. I kind of doubt that Frost is going to get caught in that top lane. So maybe they're going to go for another Exorcism play onto Bryle. This time around, Bryle will have Stone Gaze, so it's going to be a bit more difficult to just chase him down. AUI, they're going to go for Hanskin here. They do manage to get a stomp out. No, actually stop there. Oh, but they have to jump away on the Monkey King. Can they cut down a tree? They do not have anything to do so. Hanskin trying to run ahead of Moonmeander here. Moonmeander with the impetus shot is going to be able to take him out.
That is every hero possible.
Yeah, they just all roll up into the mid lane.
Yeah, they're going to try to take this mid tower. See if there's any sort of response from the side of Final Tribe. It's not really easy for them with their lineup.
Yeah.
They've got to bring the puck over.
Yeah, this Enchantress It sat in front of that bottom lane push, TP'd in. Kind of stopped that one. Now it's using some neutrals to be able to push the mid tower as well.
Oh, bottom lane?
Looks like he's been caught. AUI does not have the mana to be able to stomp to slow down this Death Prophet, but especially with that nuke missing, Era was not able to get the damage out. Moon Meander is going to chase Era away here. And again, standing in front of a tower push. Fortunately, the final tribe were able to keep their mid tower alive.
Did they pop Exorcism? Yeah.
Yeah.
They missed the coil though. They would have killed it.
I'm a bit surprised that Digital Chaos were kind of the first ones to set the tempo when it comes to taking towers.
Is it though? Enchantress plays faster than any of these heroes, and they need the Puck 6 to get kills.
I guess I just thought the combination of Death Prophet and Chen would give you some early towers, but
they've got good heroes though on the side of DC to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, this ET is quite nice, and all these heroes are pretty tanky. Like, Enchantress isn't an easy kill to just kill and transition out of.
Yeah.
Same with Dusa and Tiny now. Dusa hits this point where, like, yeah, you'll die once in a while, but you know, you get really tanky. Just a few items.
Pablo, it is 11 minutes in, and you are a level 4 Monkey King.
He's getting Meteor Hammer.
So he's just gonna Meteor Hammer waves from the trees. Is that his play?
He's like he's having the reverse amount of impact that he did in the previous game. The previous game, it felt like he was a god.
Yeah.
In this game, we still haven't really seen where his hero's leading into. Second in network model. And it's because last game he had a free lane. In this game, like, who's he going to free lane against? The Enchantress will just impetus him twice, and then he's nearly dead.
He's got a free jungle to hang out in.
He's hanging around a lot.
Yeah.
But he needs to have a little bit more.
Trying to go for the Death Prophet kill, but the Monkey King is going to jump down with the Primal Spring, slowing these heroes down. Jumps back out, ready to jump in, managed to get a nice two-man stun as well. With the coil out, they're going to be able to chase down both these heroes, it looks like. Moon Meander may be fast, and he may have that slow, but body blocking out from Yonosafan is allowing Era to be able to slowly drain him, and a Primal Spring slowdown as well, but they still don't have enough. Moon Meander, his heal was keeping him alive for so long. It's out now, but he's super fast, especially with his phase moves. He can outrun most of the final tribe. A stomp comes down. Monkey King in serious trouble. Is going to be caught by AEY. Managed to get his ultimate down, bringing Pablo low. Moon Meander gets his vengeance now. Turns on Pablo. Make sure they get 2 kills out of that. Even thinking about challenging Era some more. Managed to enchant the Centaur and stuns Era with their own creep, allowing Moon Meander to jump back once again. Underestimating, I guess, the tankiness of the Enchantress. Final tribe stumble along the Enchantress's broken path a little bit too long.
The weird thing about this is, like, I think the biggest difference isn't that, like, Bryle or Ritsu are necessarily having better games. I think it's the Moon Meander who's having a lot of impact.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get your offlaner involved. That's why it was hard to watch last game, because you could tell, like, Moon wanted to fight, he wanted to be active, but like, neither of his cores were willing to. But this time around, like, he's a real core himself, and so he can make these calls and be a little bit more active and force his team into these kinds of engagements. Because, like, yeah, you have Dusa again, and you have Ritsu, who's more of a farmer to begin with, but this time around, like, he can do his own moves, it feels like. Whereas, like, you're a Dragon Knight, what are you supposed to do independently if your team's not coming with you? So I think that, like, Bryle is less of a thing for this team, and it's more, like, you have to enable Moon's game.
Do you think as Frost sort of comes online, he's got his armlet, he's thinking about going for Radiance, the Monkey King will be a bit more effective when it comes to, like, infest vehicle?
Infest from the skies?
Yeah, you just Primal Spring down.
I'm pretty sure that he wants to be in the puck more than he wants to be in...
Hey man, you never know.
I don't think anybody will...
Monkey infested.
This is going to be...
Slowing down Bryle. Going to be able to get the stun out. There is going to be that Stone Case, and that's going to stop him with this ultimate turnaround. Oh, the physical damage is raining in. They just beat up both the Monkey King as well as the Death Prophet. Hanskin is going to be chased down, and Frost will be the only survivor of that engagement, sent home by the graces of the Chen.
Deuces.
What a nasty team fight, man. Digital Chaos hitting back hard in this game, too. They are actually up by, well, okay, I expected a little bit more after that team fight, but around 1k gold.
They actually have, like, their 3 and 4 position be useful this game. Whereas, like, last game, you didn't feel the impact. at all. This game around, like, feeling much more of an impact.
You want some fun? Ready to go. He may not have the Blink Dagger, but he does have a Lifestealer inside of him. They're going to find Ritsu. Looks like Frost jumps out a little bit early, but still. They'll be able to catch Ritsu, bring him down. Moon Meander is ready to challenge, though. He's going to go for the Monkey King kill. AEY will make it pretty easy for him to take that one down. You know, some fun. Leaps away to his orb, dodging the impetus shots.
And getting Ritsu, though, is a big kill.
Yeah.
You want cores right now if you're Final Tribe.
Moon Meander still remains the biggest bully in this game, though. They're going to try and go for AEY. Moon Meander doesn't really have the distance to be able to help him out, and they do have enough burst damage to bring down AEY before he can complete his TP.
Still kind of a dangerous
they got
zone.
the scan on Moon Meander, and he doesn't have a TP.
They're gonna find him?
This is a huge kill.
He's the highest net worth in the game.
Ran past him. They don't have a coil, so the puck won't be able to slow him down. They have to give up on that kill. Ooh, that was so close.
Ritsu's game has kind of just been put out. Didn't even realize he was doing that bad. I was wondering where the net worth like difference was coming from.
Yeah.
And he has not had the best games. Like, this has been pretty rough. They do have 3 independent cores. So, like, even though Moon's making a lot of stuff happen on the map and he's being active, like, the rest of the cores are not doing as well as you would expect. Although, I don't know if they have the burst damage until this puck gets a little bit more to kill this Dusa. Like, they need to jump on her with silence, get the Lifestealer on top and then burst her before she can get Stone Gaze off. Otherwise, it's a lost fight like it was in mid. But these mini skirmishes, though, are favoring Final Tribe because of the nature of DC's cores playing so independently of each other.
Yeah.
Whereas Final Tribes is a little bit more team fight.
They are going to go for a smoke rotation up to that top lane with a Chen and Death Prophet. They gotta, we talked about it, they gotta keep up the pace. After all, they're against a Medusa. They need to be focusing on getting kills and turning that into objectives. And right now, Final Tribe were hoping that they would actually run into a hero here, but they're going to be forced to just take the tower with the Exorcism, as it's going to be the Monkey King who's in trouble. AUI doesn't manage to grab him there with a stomp. The elusive Monkey Man.
There's something so funny about Monkey King.
Yeah, how you just can't, you can't
so
actually
silly.
see him unless you have certain abilities.
Yeah, he's so
that's
silly.
That's pretty funny.
He's really cute.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Oh, chopped down the tree. They caught him, but it's all a bait. Managed to catch Ritsu here. They're going to bring him down again. At least he gets the Monkey King. He's like, if I'm going down, you're coming with me. Fortunately, a TP out there of the Chen. As looks like Digital Chaos tried something similar. Both teams kind of rotated to the other side of the map. Get a pick off.
Pablo has not been having the best of games.
No. He really has not.
It's going to be the first time, though. He sends the, you know, like,
First
the
time.
meteor.
Yeah, the Meteor Hammer comes down on
They're
an
gonna.
unsuspecting head.
It's how the dinosaurs felt.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Gotcha.
Is it too soon?
Yeah, dude. Several million years was too soon. I was trying to think who the dinosaur is. And Deuce is a reptile. You know, it's probably the closest thing we have to a dinosaur. They're actually going for a kill.
That was a bad joke. It was very dated.
It was pretty dated.
We're going to take the Roshan here.
Yep.
Instead of DC.
Who do you give it to?
Dusa. No, she's still Dusa.
Yeah.
She's going to be a frontliner. Might as well just make her as tanky as possible.
Give her that second life. I was thinking Moon Manor just because I felt like he was the most useful. And he
Enchantress.
could get bursted down by this kind of play with a puck, runs in with the life stealer. They just chomp, 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 and that poor little deer. But here comes the Medusa. They've got the Stone Gates out as well as AUI with the drop. It's not going to catch anybody. And Final Tribe are just on full retreat. Good send back there on the life stealer. And everyone else from Final Tribe will walk away from that engagement. So get a quick kill on Moon Meander, second net worth hero. And they run themselves away. Whoa, Ritsu! He caught himself a monkey. Pablo trying to get enough distance to be able to jump into the trees. And, oh, sorry, Ritsu. Now that hero's just invulnerable. Is my saltiness leaking out? I'm sorry.
You don't like Monkey King?
I do not.
He's hilarious. He's so whimsical. He's whimsical. You know, he's just having a good time. Doesn't have a care in the world. You just like, you know, hop around. Look at him.
Yeah, it's hilarious how if you don't touch the hero for 3 seconds, he just freely walks away.
Oh, come on. Like that. Other heroes have blinks. You have to play around the trees. I've only played this hero once, and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I know, because it was a super easy win for him. Frost, he was challenged by a Dusa as well as an Enchantress, but Final Tribe were baiting him out, and they've got an excellent Spirit Siphon. They're going to try and turn on the Death Prop. They do have enough burst damage. They actually managed to bring him down. What a coil. 4-man coil. Nothing that Final Tribe can actually do with their main damage dealer out of this one, though. And in fact, they're not just going to lose their Death Prop, they're going to lose their whole entire Chen army as well.
Damn. That takes a while to build back up. That does not feel good.
No. What an overstep there. The tiny, big counter to this Death Prophet being able to just throw in that much burst damage.
Even with him being under farmed, like, the initial strength of that hero is so good.
Yeah.
Especially when you're backed up, like, it's the benefit of having the Aegis Dusa, right? Is that they can continue to just counter-rotate late and it doesn't really matter. You're satisfied with any sort of engagement at this point. And the Meteor Hammer is now complete. I can't wait to see if this pays dividends at all.
Well, you can split push all you want, Monkey Man, but you have to do something about this push that is currently in. DC actually 4-man smoke behind Braille right now just to make sure there is no information. And they can also get a read if the Monkey King comes across into the trees and that smoke pops, but it's actually the puck. It's going to pop most of their smokes. They're going to start backing away. He did a decent amount of damage to the tier 3. Don't want to push it too much.
When Braille gets a Scotty, this game is going to be pretty awkward for Final Tribe.
Yeah.
But they can't really take the fight until the Aegis is gone. So they have to find this like timing window where they can catch him before he gets 6-slotted. 4-slotted, I guess.
Taking a look at some of the hero or the building damage. I was just kind of curious. One team effort.
Team effort.
Radiant scanning.
All right, I don't know how to use Pimp's tools. JK. Well, at least one thing. Monkey King can always split push for you. Primal Spring, plus Boundless Strike kills a creep wave, so does Meteor Hammer.
Look how
Yeah,
he's just having a good
He's
time.
gonna jump through the tree and kill this creep wave. There's not a whole lot that DC is going to be able to do about it unless they blind jump in and manage to cut the right tree. Or the Spirit reveals him, but he is
Get out of there,
so
Monkey
fast.
Man. I'm rooting for him. He's my protagonist. I've decided.
So you want DC to win, but you want Monkey King to also win.
I want DC to win because I think a game 3 of this would be funny.
Yeah.
But
Do you want to see another game 3 of Monkey King?
He's so whimsical.
Dude, look at him. He's going to cut the creep wave.
Yeah, he's having a good time. Look at him. Why are you going to deny his good time? Let the good times roll, my friend.
Yeah, okay.
That's what my parents
So they're split pushing top. That's what your parents say. Puck is going to be caught. Ritsu. Nice blow up there on that intelligence hero. So even if their whole entire creep wave is cut by the Monkey King, at least they still get something out of it.
Yeah.
Double damage.
Just let him dance, Austin.
At least they finally get the Radiance.
Yeah.
Maybe they can do something. That's a double damage Moon Meander.
Oh.
Careful, friends. Final Tribe.
Look at him just running.
Yeah, he's just going straight for Hanskin. Infinite shots. They're going to be able to pretty quickly take that kill. The silence goes down with the exorcism on top of both of them. The Stone Case is not going to be going out. They're actually going to be able to take down the Aegis. It just actually was about to expire. They managed to get the kill first, though. He's going to come back, but they may have an opportunity to kill him twice. Stone Case goes down, and he just actually takes out the Death Prophet. Why did you turn? They got hit by the stomp. Now Frost is down to half HP, and he's got nothing to protect himself. Give him in his best, Yoda. He needs to get away. Pablo, he got the 2-man stun. Meteor Hammer onto Ritsu.
He's gonna get
land. He gets it, but he has no mana. Primal Spring is up now, but it's a bit too late. Maybe the Orb. Silence. Oh, he got hit by the Avalanche. What a play from Ritsu, actually catching Yoda as he tries to jump in, keeps himself alive. Primal Spring in. Pablo will be able to get that kill and jump to safety. Considering the Aegis, I actually don't know who really won that engagement. Let's look at the stats.
I think it was definitely DC.
Yeah.
Not by a lot, but
300,
their Dusa lived.
up in 300 gold and about 700 experience. Not so
I think
bad.
that would have gone even better if they reset properly.
Yeah. Pablo, you want to be in the trees when you do that, dude. I thought that was the whole point.
AUI with the 4 staff at bottom. He's pretty farmed actually. He's not. I don't even know. Like Monkey King, all of a sudden like has a ton of net worth because he's just happily farmed away.
But the thing is, like, you can split push, you can cut creep waves and everything, but it still doesn't change the fact that you're against a Dusa. Like you're gonna go into late game against a Dusa.
It depends on if this Death Prophet gets the silence off first before she gets Stone Gaze off. Like they can kill her. You saw, even with her being as tanky as she is, she goes down pretty fast to the life stealer hitting her as well. And the thing about DC's lineup is when this guy pops Rage, there's not a whole lot that they can do.
Yeah.
So it's a game of like Outlast at that point. So you need to get the Solar Crest on him. That's why Moon dying there first was huge, because he couldn't utilize anything. Like he needs to be able to get Solar Crest off for his teammate.
Initiation on the Moon Meander, his team a little bit far behind him, but
They even use the Spirit Vessel charge.
Yeah, they really can't do a whole lot to her unless it's Life Stealer or Exorcism out.
They're gonna shove in the waves repeatedly, force DC around the map, and try to find a 4-on-5 fight like they did before. Like that is the benefit of keeping all of these lanes shoved in at all times, is that you ideally eventually find a fight where you have the numbers advantage, which I think they need to win a fight.
And DC's lineup kind of stays 4-man for the most part, right? Like Ritsu has the freedom of movement and he can kind of go wherever, but the rest of the team kind of has to play around this Dusa.
Yeah, Ritsu's playing a really fast hero in Tiny, and he sped up the game by getting the Shadow Blade, which just turns you into a solo killer. Like that's why he decided to go for the Shadow Blade over something like the Blink Dagger, if people are wondering. It's because he understands like in this game he has to have more pick off like one-shot potential. Yeah. So that you can punish some of these moves from Final Tribe when they try to go for the split. Like, Shadow Blade is such an excellent split push item counter.
Oh, do they know about this?
We'll see.
Yeah, they had vision. They had vision of the smoke. They're gonna sit on the high ground here. Maybe? Or maybe they're just gonna back out.
And Deuce is really strong. I think this is a fight they can take if they position correctly.
If they sit on the high ground, she'll get off Stone Gaze, guaranteed, as the smoke pops. But Final Tribe are not going to do that play where they just kind of like YOLO uphill with the smoke. Playing it a lot slower, and somehow they knew that they got spotted, it looked like. So they killed the ward. So they're actually the ones just chilling and waiting for Digital Chaos to run into them. And DC looking like they'll oblige. The Dusa is pushing into that tier 1 tower. Not sure how you get the initiation here, because you don't want to go for a Dusa first, right? With this Puck Bomb, the Infest Bomb that you got going, you probably want to go for some of those backline heroes. Maybe they're going to go for it anyway, try to blow up the Dusa. Only down to half HP, plenty of mana still, but to get the Monkey King ultimate, what a drop from AUI 2000, plus the Stomp follow-up, but there is still the Exorcism, and it's beating down these heroes on top of the Monkey King ultimate. They've already brought down the Dusa. Moon Meander super low, still down by the open wood, pounced on. AUI managed to complete his TP ever so barely. That's going to be 3 down from Digital Chaos. Boy, I did not think they were going to be able to do that. They just jumped the Dusa. And you're right, they have enough to blow her up.
Yeah, if they get her before, that's what I'm saying. If they get her before the Stone Gaze, that's why Death Prophet is always going to be a useful hero. Because Exorcism is insane. Like, as long as you can get on top of it, his item builds, go for the blink, get right on top, get the silence off, is paying off huge. Like, this Dusa needs something like a Manta. Because right now, she just gets silenced and blown up. And there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing they can do in this Rage Timer.
Yeah.
And when the Exorcism on top with the Spirit Siphon, like they just have to watch for that to happen.
Yeah.
They don't have...
DC certainly underestimated that as well. They were very clearly baiting the Dusa, saying, please, go on her. The rest of the team was sitting super far back. They were like, sure, there's no way they're going to initiate on her.
Like, well, we have damage. They need to, like, triple Force Staffer is the other alternative.
Yeah. Yono-Sampan going to be sent back here. Oh. Was that the play they wanted? He didn't get off orb before he got sent back.
Pablo?
Pablo's... He's repeatedly stunned, but they can't see him. So...
Oh, there's one jump. There's another. Ah, he's gone. I'm thoroughly entertained. Some real Cirque du Soleil shit. Like, what are you supposed to do against that?
I remember when Blitz played his one Monkey King game. This was farther back when Monkey King was
we were in Romania.
More powerful.
We were in Romania.
Yeah. So that was PGL Open. and he said it was the easiest win of his life.
You know what wasn't? My Earth Spirit the game after.
Oh, that is definitely true.
I've never heard Fog get mad at me.
Dude, I was mad at you. Did you
Everyone
see
was
me?
mad at
You
me.
were behind me. I was being locked out by Shadow Shaman Shackles, and I literally could do nothing. I was just watching you,
That
waiting for
hero's
a kick
hard. I
boulder
never played that hero
or a
before.
silence or anything.
Yeah, we found out that I hadn't played 2 heroes in Dota. I hadn't played Earth Spirit and I hadn't played Monkey King.
Speaking of Monkey King, he's going to be caught by Ritsu here. You got to keep the damage on him. Keep him damaged. Don't let him jump away. Don't let him do it. He's got a second. Okay, fortunately got the Sage, slowing down a little bit further, trying to cut down the tree. Well done. Well played, Ritsu. I am unabashedly cheering for you every single time you kill a Monkey
See,
King.
it's both ways. Like, I'll cheer for him, you'll cheer
Okay.
against. Here we go. They're going to
Jump
jump
in
again.
on the Dusa. They don't have the Death Prophet this time around.
Yeah.
They
Without
weren't
the
ready to
DP.
really pounce.
No DP, you get out.
Thank goodness he got that Sage proc on the Monkey King. Otherwise, who knows? Maybe he could have just run away.
Yeah, that's upsetting if he lives there.
Because they got to deal with this split push. It's like, it keeps on being pushed in. The tier 3 is down. Now the Death Prophet is actually doing it for them. Monkey King's going to buy back to defend this Roshan attempt.
He doesn't lose. He can still get gold.
Radiant's bottom
This buyback,
shrine
though, is
under
important. Because you
attack.
can't allow this Dusa to get an Aegis and a cheese.
Yeah.
The game will get way too hard at that point. The next Roshan is huge for Final Tribe.
So, do you think, are you ever going to go so far as say, like, Final Tribe are going to try and do Roshan? Like, force a hero bottom and then try and do Rosh themselves?
I think ideally they want to take a fight first.
Okay.
They're in a really nice position right now. All they have to do is kind of chill around this Roshan pit. They don't have to rush anything. They know that the burst damage is almost always there for the Dusa until she itemizes a bit different. Like, she needs a defensive item, Manta or BKB, on herself. And she's got BKB queued up,
Radiant's
which will be
bottom
massive.
shrine
But I
is
think
under
there's an
attack.
Ags already completed on this puck.
Oh.
So now the game becomes like, we have to kite around this Dusa.
Yeah. Do you think this BKB choice was better than Manta that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, if I'm 100% honest.
Yeah.
I never buy it because
There would have been, like, there's multiple silences. It's very possible you pop that Manta, dispel one, and get silenced again.
exactly. But with the BKB, she's very hard to bring down.
Yeah.
Lifestealer doesn't have a right-click build, right?
Yeah. And Final Tribe's lineup is not one of those that really bounces in and out, right? Lifestealer and Death Prophet inherently are kind of committal heroes.
Yes. You burst in with Rage. Because you're never not going to press Rage immediately after the Infest, because the timing of getting hit by a stun and then getting bursted is too high.
Yeah.
But once you don't have Rage on that hero, like, he's not really a hero.
They know he's there. They know. But they can do nothing about the fact their tier 2 will drop. At least they deny it. But oh dear. What a great aggressive ward though they've got planted here. That's another thing Monkey King can
Might
do
just
for
kill
you.
bottom Ritsu.
So, they've got the gems to be real. The reveal, Ritsu, he's just going to go for the TP out. The burst damage, he's going to snap the coil, but it's not quite enough.
Oh, he lived?
Yeah, he lived. Maybe the coil actually faded at the last second. Frost in serious trouble. Doesn't have an infest to jump back inside the puck, so he will be left for dead.
Nice.
So they don't kill Ritsu. They do kill the Lifestealer, and that surely opens up Roshan.
This guy's tanky. 2,600 health. Not an easy kill whatsoever. Now Tiny's starting to pick up his farm. But it's really this Dusa that matters. They should walk into Roshan. No coil, no Lifestealer.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you get this Aegis on DC, the game becomes really nice for you. You've got a BKB on your Dusa, you're going to have an Aegis. You'll have a cheese on Moon Meander so you can't get bursted either.
Lifestealer's really trying to finish up an SMY.
Because he needs to kite, right?
Yeah, I guess. So he needs the extra movement speed.
It just doesn't help that Dusa has Scotty already.
Yeah, certainly not. Yoran Safana is desperately trying to push in the bottom lane, just to see if he can get something in return for the very obvious Roshan that's being done. Aegis and Cheese. Cheese is going to be given to Moon Meander, the second line over to Medusa.
If you're Pablo right now, all you're thinking about is split pushing. You
Yeah.
never allow the creep wave to threaten.
I'm pretty sure that's all Pablo was thinking about, even at the start of the game.
Radiant's bottom
Well,
barracks
now
are under
it
attack.
means even more. You have a 5-minute window.
Hey, he just comes in, just gets hit by a meteor hammer. He's down to half HP.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Oh, but just go far some creeps.
Is he getting Aether Lens? Why not?
All right, sure.
As funny as it sounds like with his build and everything, Pablo is extending this game.
Yeah.
It's a minute now killed from the Aegis.
But DC, they think that now is the time just to force it. And they've got an Aegis and Cheese to back them up, so they might as well just go high ground.
Yeah.
See what happens. There's only so much that a creep wave can do to your tier 3.
Dire's middle
You're in I don't care mode now.
Yeah.
Just march down mid.
Dire's structures
Surprise.
Get back up.
Oh no,
Oh,
he
no!
got hit. He got hit first. Pablo in serious trouble. Has to turn around, get the stun up. What a silence now to follow up for the Death Prophet. Plus the
Death
judgment.
damage.
A 4-man coil. That's 3 down already with the tiny. He's right in the middle of the Monkey King ultimate. They're going to focus him last. As the Death Prophet is set up in the air, they'll slowly whittle her away with that Aegis. He does manage to kill the Monkey King onto the high ground. But the second life is surely going to be the same as the first. In fact, Yonosafan trying to chase down AUI and get that extra kill. Oh, there's a Stone Gaze. Maybe, just maybe, Brawl can fight this one out and just TP away with the BKB, and that's exactly what he does. He keeps himself alive. Oh, what an initiation from Final Tribe.
They thought that the Monkey King had messed up.
Yep.
They're just like, I guess this is... So they full commit, they all start walking forward, then they get 3-man coil. That was... I did not think they could win that fight.
No.
Like, DC had to be a bit more aware of something like that. And at the same time, it felt like you didn't really feel the Deuce's impact in that fight whatsoever. Because, again, she's just not getting the Stone Gaze off first.
Yeah. Didn't get the Stone Gaze off. Didn't pop the BKB in the first life, so she just gets Yule Scepter.
I think you just... I feel like you just BKB pop Stone Gaze. You have to help your team out there.
Yeah.
But Final Tribe is playing this very well right now.
Well, hopefully that's something that DC will learn from that whole entire engagement. They're like, okay, they're just going to Yule Scepter this Dusa and focus everybody else down. So really important that either the rest of the team is playing far enough behind the Dusa that they can't actually just clean the rest of us up in their initiation.
If they're really spread there, then the fight is fine. Because
Yeah.
you know that the Dusa, if they all in commit for her, you'll always have time to save her.
Yeah.
And take the second fight. So it's just a little bit of maybe like inexperience as a group that you don't draw the line like that. Because if the Dusa just hits the tower by herself, like everything's fine, but they got wrapped on, which you have to anticipate that happening. Because once the split push ends on the side of Final Tribe, like they're looking to fight. Pablo is no longer top doing his shenanigans, right?
Yeah.
So you have to respect that team fight from Final Tribe. They just thought they had a lot more leeway because of the Aegis. But it felt like they didn't even get maximum value out of that. You can't use the Aegis in such a fashion where you're the last one alive and they pop you 1v5.
Right. So, valuable lesson learned for Digital Chaos. Don't get 4-man puck coiled and fest bombed.
These are costly lessons, though.
Are they going to find him? Spot out the courier. Oh, tries to go for the kill, blinks away ahead of the Avalanche.
Nice timing.
Yonosafan doing the same thing that the Monkey King's been doing for most of the game, split pushing and waiting until they find a good opportunity to take a fight.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under
That is a
attack.
lot of burst damage.
Look at the range.
Gotcha.
He's actually closing in on that level 25. Yonosafan.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
He's almost got Dagon 5 as well.
Pablo just hits creeps.
Oh yeah, Monkey King's got the level 20, so he's got the plus 400 Primal Spring damage, so now his Primal Spring one-shots the creep wave.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
And he's got the plus 600 tree dance cast range from the level 15. What do you take? The 100 armor Wukong's command? You definitely take.
Oh yeah, for sure. Against a Dusa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100 armor.
You just stand there against her.
Dire's top
Okay.
shrine.
Okay.
There's multiple heroes here.
You,
Get out of there.
Yeah. The moment that Tiny showed up, Pablo sounded the retreat alarm, but they are going to try and fight this
Dire's
one.
top shrine
Final
is
Tribe
under
are actually
attack.
3-man smoking in from behind here, and they're going to try and catch some of the heroes in the back line, but Digital Chaos are holding the side of the map right now, so their initiation isn't clean. They're going to jump in, get the Shiva, slowing down multiple heroes, but Yonosafan already almost down from Ritsu. They get a 3-man Primal Spring stun, but the Stone Gaze goes off and manages to stone up the Era. Era's down to half HP, and Blyle's just chasing him down. The Monkey King's going to try and slow him down as much as possible. Era, don't get hit by the snapback, barely dodges it just in time. Death Prophet will stay alive, and they end up trading 1-for-1 there. But with Exorcism down, this may be an opportunity for Digital Chaos.
They lost the gem too. Like, that was such an awkward engagement. They didn't
Yeah.
have the best vision down there either, right? that was
No.
just like an awkward engagement. Like Jonas and Van commits really hard, thinking like, okay, this is still a good fight for us, but DC was a lot more patient there. I like how they just sat behind this Dusa. Like they're like, guys, none of us have to show in this game.
Yeah.
None of us need any more farm. It's just about this Dusa.
They just hide in the map.
Yeah.
Hide in the trees. Make sure they don't get jumped on. Well, final tribe. How do you solve this? Do you just make sure you have better vision next time, so your initiation is cleaner?
Yeah. You can't really take those like force engagements. They feel still on the timer against Dusa,
Yeah.
but they can still outplay DC. Like DC is still liable to making these mistakes.
Yo, Ritsu's turning into a bit of a carry too with this MKB. It's gonna have level 25 soon, so we can get the toss charges if you want.
The BKBs are what matters, though.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a BKB.
Except Moon Meander, it seems like he's going Scythe of Ice.
More disable. I'm
Yeah.
down for it. It's really nice against this puck who doesn't have Lincolns or BKB.
Yeah. Buck also trying to get that same disable item. Hey, hi. Chilling outside the Roshan pit. I'm sure that's going to be our next big objective. Potential spawn timer starting in 45 seconds.
Okay, so when you get this Aegis, you have to respect. Like, you have Dusa, you can just sit behind her, play really far back, just let her hit the rack, split up, do whatever it takes. Just don't clump.
Is Ritsu going to head down to bottom lane? They've got a Tinker ward, so I think he would love to catch Pablo in the act at bottom lane, but the truth is, all Final Tribe are actually here, residing inside the Radiant jungle.
If you committed to this kind of build as Pablo, like, what's your next item?
I have no clue.
Oh, Rapier.
Sure.
Okay. Now that changes things.
Well, why didn't he wait until after they got the Aegis for that item?
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Maybe they think as long as he doesn't misplay, he's unkillable anyways.
Yeah.
Which they're kind of right about.
Yeah. And we've seen this Divine Rapier pick up a couple times lately, where it's not the comeback item, it's the we're ending the game now item.
Yes. I think with the next Roshan, they just march down. It does make the game, like, pretty interesting, though.
Yeah.
Because the objectives become very clear for both sides.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like Digital Chaos were in pretty good position before. Like, the split push was annoying, but they still had a Dusa. Now it feels like before they lose a team fight, I was like, whatever. You have to lose like 2 or 3 team fights to really lose this game. But now it's just one team fight. The game could be over.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
I think they're getting tired of this split push.
Yeah. Well,
It's gotta be pretty
Roshan,
frustrating.
it's going to be even more frustrating because it doesn't spawn for a minute and a half. And they've got a bottom wave to deal with.
This has been Pablo's zone.
Nice. He took the Lifestealer illusion. All right. How's this Roshan fight going to go?
Depends. Again, if Dusa's in the center of it, like she wants to, because she wants to tank the initial and gets her BKB off, then she's okay. Like, there's no instant stun from her, from
So you
the
think-
enemy team.
So Final Tribe's going to do this split push, and they're going to try and force them away from the Roshan pit for as
'Cause
long as possible.
If you look at this Dusa, if you look at the enemy team, there's no stuns.
Oh, it looks like they're going for a smoke right now.
Yeah. There's actually no stuns on the side of Final Tribe.
Oh, they have Nullifier. So they can get the silence
Ooh.
off on the Dusa now. They get the Nullifier and the
Nice
silence.
item pickup.
That is a cool idea. See if it actually works out for them, though. The ward? They're going to go for Moon
Really
Meander.
far
They're going to stun
forward.
Moon Meander. They don't want to go for that kill. Oh, that actually would have been the initiation because Dusa was so far back.
They don't know about that, though. Because she just showed in lane.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say. Like, if the Deuce is sitting right there and then you commit the fight and he gets Stone Gaze off and just marches forward with the Rapier, your Life Stealer is dying 100%. Right? There's like no world where he lives.
Right. It's a time for DC to a little smoke action themselves.
Aegis is the key.
All right, well, Roshan is spawning right now. Right as DC pop into the pit. Oh, hey, Roach. What's up? Oh, my goodness. They take it so quickly. All right. Final tries. You got to do something. The split push isn't there. They don't have their heroes there.
Oh, this is scary now.
This is Aegis cheese and refreshing.
They see them completely with this ward, too.
Yeah.
Now they're going to snipe it down, but a little bit too late. And I think if you're DC, say, screw this, just go.
All right.
You have Aegis, Rapier.
And if you're Final Tribe, are you trying to, like, immediately get into the enemy base? What are you doing?
No, you have to take this fight. You have to go from behind them. Moonmeander, though, walking up by himself.
Okay, run straight into Era. If they can get a quick kill, that would be fantastic. But Ryle, he gets to the high ground thanks to the Force Staff and is focusing down onto Era. Era, he gets a little bit of reprieve there thanks to Yule Scepter and the send back there from the Chen. Pablo actually in the middle of everybody is going to fight this one out, trying to go for some of the backline heroes. Stan King is quite low. Jonas Sapan wants to be able to hunt him down. Orbs forward, looking for that kill. They're just trying to ignore the Dusa, kite him around as much as possible. Lifestealer coming in from behind, going for the Tiny, but now Dusa turning, fighting. Era, Exorcism still out, hoping to be able to get the kill on the Tiny. They got him down, but now Yule Scepter onto the Dusa, hoping to be able to ignore him more, but he's leapt up by the Elder Titan. BKB activated, but he won't have the movement speed to stay away from Bile, so they do manage to get that Death Prophet. 2 buybacks though, the Tiny and the Witch Doctor. Final Tribe, it was a really good engagement for them, but they have to get another engagement this time around without Exorcism and without Monkey King Ultimate.
Really like what DC is doing right now. They're saying, we're going to go for the throne.
Yeah.
We have Rapier. You have a hard time killing Artusa. She has full mana and an Aegis. You have nothing up.
They don't even have an Invest Bomb yet. 15 seconds.
This is less of an all-in and more just like a calculated, you have nothing.
They're going to catch the back line though. Moonmeander, blown up, Nullifier, Rage, activated. They're going to be able to take out the Enchantress and bring the rest of these heroes back. DC, are they going to keep marching forward? Are they going to try and catch Frost? Looks like they're going to catch Frost here with the slowdown, as well as the Maledict toss up in the air. Invest, jump away. Oh, almost got him. Jonas Samfan was hoping to be able to save his carry in action. He's actually bringing back the creep wave, so they're not going to be able to march down mid. He's completely cutting that out. And Digital Chaos's buybacks, they're not going to be used. They were not able to do what they really wanted to do, which was just march down mid and take these objectives.
Especially with this bottom creep wave, they don't want to all-in commit quite yet, but they should still do it. They have Aegis. Now it's going to become a little bit tricky because the buyback, or the Exorcism is going to be back on this Death Prophet.
Yeah.
She's simply going to buy out now because she had to use her own buyback. It was a very nice fight for them overall, though. Like, they picked off a lot of heroes. And it started with Moonmeander. He grabs the Ancient, you can target Ancients with the Enchantress talent.
Yeah.
Thinking like, okay, we'll just get one of the Stone Creeps. We'll be really tanky as a whole. But he goes there in such an awkward position that his team has to fight around there. And it makes it very hard because Pablo is waiting in the tree line, pretty much uncontested there. And he's got the level 25 talent too now.
Which is funny because the second part of the fight starts the same way, which is Moonmeander trying to walk back into the fight, and they catch him en route.
Yeah. He's got the double ring, by the way.
Yeah.
No Hex, though, for some time.
Okay, well, they're going to go again.
They need to utilize this Aegis.
Oh, boy. Digital Chaos. They really look like they were in a great position to be able to win this game.
Yeah. Puck's just trying to buy time right now, first team.
Yeah.
They are trying to avoid it so that DC can't simply just march down.
Still a Death Prophet illusion.
But that's exactly what's going to happen. And the bottom lane isn't threatening enough that this is probably one of the better opportunities, but here's the jump.
Coil, they're going to try and grab Ritsu here, but Frost does not want to follow that up. So Coil used, 50-second cooldown.
Oh, Pablo snipes the courier too. He needs a minute for his Hex.
The creep wave is approaching in that top lane. Monkey King has finally pushed that in, but it may not matter. Digital Chaos. They're going to go for it here.
Some fun, trying to do whatever he can. So this is the wave that DC has to do it with. Starting to get a little bit low. First Rax is commitment.
Kill the creep wave. They're just going to go straight for the throne. They don't have many creeps left.
The double ring.
Oh, he got the double ring. Surrounding those tier 4s, another big ability used.
DC. Not too much left on this Aegis, though. This is exactly what they wanted. They wanted to wait this out as long as possible.
Smoke up, managed to get the Scythe of Ice, and that is a Lifestealer stuck inside of him as well. Jonas upon phase shift. Has a blink up, should be able to get away from this one. Oh, almost caught Era. He actually blinks backward just in time. He activated his BKB as well, though.
They bought enough time.
Yeah.
They've got the Hex now. The Courier has respawn. The Aegis not in a good position either.
Bryle has so many items.
Yeah.
But Aegis is worn out.
That's the big thing. There's no more Aegis. This Dusa is vulnerable once again. If there is a timing window for Final Tribe to go for it, it's now. They're going to smoke up, go all the way around. Dusa.
They do have a very good ward on the high ground. So when this smoke pops, and it's going to pop right now on Pablo, they see him. They gotta try and fight this one. He's keeping vision on. They managed to get the foil out. They managed to get the sight onto the Deuce. They're gonna try and deal with her. The BKB activated. There goes that Stone Gaze. Frost has to back out, but Hero's already low. Stan King is actually gonna be falling here. Era hoping to be able to stay away from Bryle as best as possible, but he's finally caught and gonna be brought down. Dusa is gonna be the target now. Frost finally challenging. Half HP, a little bit lower. Yonosafan in the back line is gonna be dropping soon. And Fest barely goes out for Frost. He comes right back out as the creep ends up dying. Yonosafan not. Oh, the tree actually doesn't hit him. He's able to jump away, but so many heroes without buyback. Final Tribe only had their Monkey King and Puck, and it looks like Digital Chaos, they finally did it. They lost so many team fights in a row, but all they needed was one with this Divine Rapier, and they're going to be able to go high ground now.
When they couldn't get the burst onto the Dusa, she's out of mana, but they needed a little bit more. Wasn't happening. I think Ritsu also popped Refresher to be able to double combo. Did quite a bit of damage there as Jonas and Fawn left in the wings. He's got his own Refresh Orb. He's going to go in.
Popping in and out. Jonas and Fawn is going to pop that Refresher. Give himself another round of burst.
Yeah, this
He's going
could
to
be
keep on targeting. Oh my god, he's getting so low. He may actually be able to come in for this one. Trying to go for the kill. Bryle, he's staying alive though. He does way more damage to that Puck. And a right-click battle, you're always going to lose. But maybe the Monkey King can kill her. Go for the Primal Spring with the extra damage. Doesn't land. Jumps back into the trees. Pablo has another Bryle to strike up. Missed it. Bryle, TP, no! Daggett brought down. Yonasavan commits his life to bring down the Dusa. Divine Rapier. It was picked up by AUI 2000. Elder Titan is the one walking away with the Divine Rapier right now, but somehow, Final Tribe, they've got a second chance. They have no buyback on the Puck, and he's down for 2 minutes, but everyone else will be up to defend the throne, I think, before the Dusa gets there.
That was a pivotal hold. As Bryle, though,
it's going to be close.
He's got the Rapier again.
Is he just going to go straight for it? Yeah, the tier 4 is already so low. The throne is about to die. Death Prophet may not be up in time. 5 more seconds. Can Pablo and Frost somehow slow down this monster of a Dusa? Stone Gaze activated. Scythe of Ice slowing down the damage. BKB activated. There goes that clip. By a little bit of time, and now Era is here. They have one last fight. One last hold from the Final Tribe.
Stun.
Oh, completely wasting that Monkey King ultimate.
That was such a nice stun by AUI. They wanted to commit for that. They didn't pop the Exorcism, though. That's the upside here. But the throne, they don't have Glyph for this.
And they can just full on commit, especially with the jump forward. They have to go for the Deuce, so they need to be able to divine with that Divine Rapier. A coil goes out. Death Prophet staying alive against Ritsu, but now the damage coming out from that Deuce, and he managed to get the send back. They have another chance to be able to jump back in. Pablo, he in fact is going to jump in physically with his body, just going in, trying to deal with the Deuce as quick as possible. The throne dropping down lower and lower HP. It's Divine Rapier time. Dusa takes out the throne, and Digital Chaos will claim victory in game number 2, evening up this series.